Mm. It's been interesting today, and I'm glad my lawyers got to see it is what it is in this sector with certain people. So I was like, the video speaks for itself. So you see how people try to make excuses, but at the end of the day, the only child in this situation that deserves protection and anonymity was Nyla. Period, point blank. And I stand on that. And the video speaks for itself. But based on the videos and whatever narratives people want to give, you see how they ain't gonna say too much. Like even when I said I have an attorney, Nyla has an attorney, they're not the same attorneys. So anyway, I just wanted people to see that because this is why people get fired, thinking they could play around me in this sector. I do things for a fucking reason. And I got people by the balls. And like I said, this nigga I don't even know tried to attack me. I have been making these ongoing complaints for I don't know how long. Like I said, following protocols. Because if I wasn't following the protocol, it when y'all wouldn't have met the new director, Victor Tucker, that just saw at the end. Why was there such a delay when there was a man attacking me for him to come out the door? His last excuse, the last time I was attacked, was he wasn't there. But I feel like he's about to lose his job based on the complaints I have made about this weirdo, as y'all can see from the video. Like, and people talking about, oh, move. It's hard to move. When I initially could have moved, people want to accuse me of having. Well, I do have my Section 8, but when I tried to move, which I always like to misinterpret, like some people are so dumb, they think I actually have a Section 8 apartment. But that's neither here nor there. But what y'all did hear in that video, and Victor Tucker is the guy that was very delayed in coming out. That other security guard is the one that is always there when they attack me. There's nobody's issues when it's another guard. So the guy Henry Butler, which I did not mean to call a nigger, he's only reason why I met him because he had an underling that was trying to play with me in a nasty way. You know what I'm saying? And basically I won. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Henry Butler is somebody that worked for corporate, values his job, unlike Victor Tucker, which is why I've been making the complaints against him. And he sends people in this building because people want to make it seem like, oh, I'm filming somebody's kids. Like I said, no, I'm not. If they want to dumpster dive for their kids' scooters or whatever, and I'm not making fun of anybody at all. Remember, I don't want to say I was lying, but it is what it is. What's up, Annie? What's up, boo? Nyla, her scooter, which is the sitting scoot, that's a bright ass pink, and I got videos, I got receipts, I got everything. That's not a scooter. He didn't clean it up. The scooter wasn't dirty. I threw it away because, as y'all know, Nala Daddy does not like to fix things in a timely fashion for me. But one thing Nala ain't gonna ever do is miss out. That scooter was bought when Nala was 1 years old. I I not 1 years. I'm sorry. That scooter because she did have a scooter at 1 years old, but that wasn't it. That was too big. But that scooter was bought when Nyla was I believe 3 years old. She's six now. I threw it out. I think she had it at three. She maybe kept it a year and a half, if a year. I'm not gonna promise it was a year, maybe a year and a half. But when Nala gets upset, she likes to throw things. So what she did was she threw the scooter, and Nala has a good ass aim. Nala's very strong. Trust me, the people that know her will tell you that. What's up, Vibrant Love? Nala threw that damn scooter, and the wheel fell off one time. So I just simply, told her this is before me and Nala Daddy broke up. I was like, she broke the scooter. He didn't give a fuck. Like, okay, all right. So I just threw it out because the fuck I'm keeping it here for? She ain't gonna use it because the wheel is off. I don't know how to repair a goddamn scooter wheel. I don't even know how to hang a fucking picture on the wall. I admit that, you know. But one thing now that daddy is gonna do is make sure she's spoiled and not missing her shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so fly. But these weirdos, rather than they're gonna sit here and be like, why would this nigga attack you for no reason? The same way you bitches do. But the only difference is in real life there are consequences to that. There are consequences. That's what I'm trying to say. Like there are consequences. This nigga, y'all clearly see me filming him for my protection and my daughter. If they tried this shit when my daughter wasn't with me, do you know how it would go down? But no, these are bitch ass niggas, including the men. He tried to attack me while I had my daughter with me because he thought it was gonna be a go. No, nigga, that's not how that's gonna go out for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why y'all can see he attacked me. I had my phone out. So whatever y'all think happened, y'all seen it on the video because my phone was there. But no, these bitch ass niggas, including Brian. What I told Brian, I said, Brian, I'm not in the mood today. I promise you, it's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. I'm gonna be very nasty to you. Play with me today. I'm gonna be nasty to you. I'm not in the mood. I don't even want to think about this shit. And shout out to Soulfly and Annie too. Yeah, but I already handle my business. Y'all already know that. I know so fly, boo. And so fly, I promise you, I'm trying to take it easy. And Annie, you know, I got these hands. But the thing is, the thing that I don't like is that Nyla was disrespected. And when they were trying to, once I put that focus back on that, then they, instead of them focus on, look at these faggots like Gay Wilson. He over there and because he finally got Brian back on his panel, and Brian told me, "I'll give you a sympathy vote." How you give me a sympathy vote? Brian is such a fucking narcissist. And how many times did I say? How many times did I say I'm not gonna? My initial plan was have a red shoe on that I could flip up because it just works out for me because y'all know the song that I dance to, right? The Hillzone song. So it would have been easy for me to flip my red hair off of me. But because I knew Brian was going to be a judge, I didn't even put the fucking shoe on because I thought about it after the fact. And me scrambling at the last minute to change my shoes is what caused my zipper to bust. And then you got that fat ass bitch Brianna. And this is why I fuck you, Jay Wilson, for life. Now I'm really not coming back to your panel. And I hope Brian stays over there because I'm not fucking with you no more, bitch ass nigga. Because Brianna, fat ass. Did y'all know I had to read that bitch down earlier in the live I deleted? What's up, Clea Boo? I had to read that weird ass hoe down earlier, you know? So she's mad about that shit because that bitch, like I told you, she's a copycat. Hold on the trees. Can y'all hear me though? Oh, so she's in the chat talking, agreeing with Brian. What is she agreeing with Brian about? What is she agreeing about Brian about? Because, like I said, everybody was saying that Brian was being an unfair judge. Poverty was saying that, uh, Brian was being biased to me at some certain points in time. They must have get like Brian. You needed Brian is sensitive about a shoe because that's what your mother died in, needing a fucking salad. The only time when I'm depressed about my people that transition, which is my grandmother, like that's like a mother to me, and my dad. I'm depressed because I can't go to them in times like this. They're not here in the physical, but they are here like spiritually. I do believe that. Trust me. Because child today was wild, you know? And, you know, it is. It is what it is. But these people intentionally do this when I have Nala with me. So once I brought up the point that ain't no fucking child, like I'm not like if you want to dumpster dive for your kids' toys, I'm not knocking you. But what I'm trying to tell you is just like they jealous of people supporting my pink kitchen, Do you not think people are? Because remember, first they said that I live in a shelter. Then they'll say that nobody in this building has a whatever. Like men are not allowed to live with you. None of that shit. Like I said, I just simply live in a low income building. I my therapist, like I don't know why I got picked for this building, but like I told you, all that shit they talking is not true. And as you guys know, I got somebody fired. And then the new person, which is Victor Tuck there, why did it take him so long to come out the office? Because the last time a situation like this happened, remember I told, well, I don't know if I, no, let me tell you guys right now. I go by protocol. These people were antagonizing me. Like I told you guys, I'm an antisocial person, you know, and they don't know me. The only thing they do is see me doing well, period. Prior to the Pink Kitchen series. Y'all already know that. I show myself to you guys. I'm very transparent, you know? So like I'm thankful for everybody, but like I don't hold it a secret. And like even when I've been on panels, y'all already know it has been times I had to flex on these hoes. And they got mad at me about that shit. Okay. I live in New York City. Are you okay? You know how much rent is it? Like everybody wants low income housing here. It's not like whatever. Like I said, unless I'm ready to own, it's not a flex to me to pay high rent. What's a flex to me is to give my kids opportunity and advantages in life. And that's what I do as a mom. So I don't think a lot of these people do that online, but they because of my transparency and they want to try to play, like I said, computer back was in the comments agreeing with Brian, who has so much to say, and this nigga couldn't even afford Walmart shoes. My nigga, you had to beg people for Walmart shoes. Walmart shoes. Poverty begs y'all on a daily and it's going nowhere. Y'all told me to get a wish list. Everybody told me how long up to get a wish list. It's not everybody do cash apps. And I don't even be discussing my cash apps like that. But it's not like I didn't get supported on Cash App. But at the end of the day, this is the B sector. And I have never like been to that extent. So I don't know why I'm getting all this hate from these motherfucking haters. Like y'all got so many people to hate on, but you think you're gonna bother me? But see, what I promise you guys, I'm gonna remember this day. And everybody that has something negative to say, when I tell you I'm going to go ham on their ass. This is just in this is in legitimacy. It's in how you say it's an ongoing court process at this point. When I tell you that nigga's getting fired because there's no reason why that grown ass man was in my face and thinking he gonna touch me or any property of mine. And then anybody else. And as I said on the video, as y'all can see, you went dumped to diving for my daughter's shit. Whether or not a daddy stay here or not, I have never dumped to dive anything for Nyla. Everything for Nyla is brand new. Nyla's skin is very sensitive. And I think most Tyler's kids are. And you say he gonna stay here like, oh, your apartment's dirty. And I asked her, where you get that information from? This is the things they tell these people because they want. Not only do they contact people on YouTube, they go in the building saying wild shit. If I tell you how many times they had child protective service in and out my motherfucking house, it's ridiculous. And when I started recording these people, but because I don't, if you know how you send like videos, right? You know how they found my YouTube page? I gave it to them, but not on purpose. The only thing, but I wish I would have thought smarter. But at this point, we here now, right? I would just record the videos and try to like. That's what I'm saying. I follow protocol. I record the videos of these people that are supposed to be working here and the conversations they try to have with me. I promise you, if it's not sexual harassment, it started out as sexual harassment, and then it just ended up in a power trip. It started as sexual harassment, and it ended up in a power trip. First of all, just because you have my number on some paperwork and due to your job, you can look that. You don't got the right to call me, especially on a motherfucking daily basis. Are you okay? I told you people I'm antisocial. Anybody I want to fuck with, I fucks with. And the thing I like about online, I talk to people when I want to, and when I don't, I can simply log the fuck off. But nobody got the right. I don't give a fuck what you think your job position is to look up my information and abuse your power and call my personal phone about any motherfucking thing other than business. Okay, and then like I said, I think it's like a lot of shit, and people think I'm fucking playing, but I'm really like that. I swear to God. So you're not gonna do that to me, and I'm gonna handle you any way I see fucking fit. I'm going to try to follow the law first, though, because in my opinion, and I think the law, like if you try to resolve this issue peacefully, and they won't leave it alone, and you follow every fucking protocol, and you do what you have to do, it's gonna be the next step. Especially if you're gonna keep trying to if you're gonna keep trying to fucking try me in front of my fucking child, trying to traumatize my kid and shit, because you gotta go dumpster diving for your kids and you about to lose your job. And that's why I wish DI hit real well in New York City. I wish it hit this motherfucking building, bitch. I wasn't supposed to be here. And I post up the video. I tried to get the fuck out of here. Move into another apartment. What did they do? Try to put a false eviction on me. I'm not K-Fit. My bills stay paid. I didn't owe anybody. And these niggas really tried to put a false eviction on me. Shout out to my lawyers. That shit didn't go through. These people, they using a low income jobs, which is they work for like ACS. They work for the welfare system. And like I said, thank God, it's something going by. But mind you, people telling me to call the police. I called the police when it happened. It's 12 o'clock now. Do you think I heard from them niggas? The police are mad because I reported their ass to fuck them. What's up, Voodoo? Hey, forget evil. You were. Oh no, fuck you. Let me get this nigga out of here. Damn. So fly, if you still in the building, can you get for good and evil out of here? Yo, I'm trying to not giving me an option. But anyway, so like I said, nobody's touching nothing with me. As you can see, I disrespected the fuck out of him and his cockeyed wife, his fat ass. So if he wanted to knock me out, he had nothing but space and opportunity. Did he or did he not? Thank you, boo. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, boo. So yeah, if that's what he wanted to do, he could have did it. The fact is, he didn't because of what he was gaslit. You see how he tried to make accusations in the minute I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He had to shut the fuck up because they don't know me. I'm to myself. You know what I'm saying? I moved to Brooklyn. I have never lived in Brooklyn all my life. I lived in Harlem all my motherfucking life. This is the first time. Well, my first apartment was in the Bronx, but this is my first time living in Brooklyn, and they are totally weird, weirdo as fuck, and they don't want me to go. But they rather keep me here so they can keep losing their jobs. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna go. I'm still leaving. I'm still leaving. That's what they fail to realize. And that's why you've seen what you've seen. But like I said, the only child that was put in a compromised position was my daughter. I don't fuck with nobody. I'm not dumpster diving. And it had nothing to do with that fucking scooter, for God's sake. Don't make me bring out the new scooter she got. The fuck? Every fucking summer practically. This is the first year Nyla's gonna have the same scooter 2 years in a fucking row. This is the first year. I already told you guys. Majority of the time, Nyla dad buy her a fucking TV before he can even get out the box. He breaks that shit. And he told me, mind my business. That's his money. And I do. Didn't I tell y'all they watch my live? Not they coming to my door 12:20 to my son, you call the cops. Get the fuck out of here. When I tell you these weirdos be watching me and y'all wonder why I have the reaction I do. I'm not even telling y'all everything. But trust me, shit, I record it all. So I thank God I live in New York City, which is a one party consent state. You hating ass bitches can never. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Um, Not a daddy. Yeah, they literally just knocked on my door, talking about you need the cops. The fuck out of here! It's 12:20 something, and they didn't even come with a sergeant. I don't talk to you niggas without a sergeant because you niggas be lying. And like I said, it's in the it's in litigation at this point. You know, I'm like I'm not gonna say I don't care, but I am frustrated and I know it's not genuine. That call was disingenuous. I don't give a fuck. There's nothing they could justify coming at 12:21 at night when I called they ass. I didn't even call them. I um I called for a sergeant 3:30 in the afternoon. I think whatever time that was. But y'all seen it. I did not initiate anything. And did y'all see his reaction? He didn't care about me calling the cops, but he cared about the other people I called. You see what I'm saying? But you know, at this point, I feel like I'm justified in anything that happens because I tried my best. And I wish I could have showed you guys the aftermath. Y'all should have seen the same people like 10 minutes later, I promise you. But of course, I had to make Nala feel safe and secure. And then people told me, oh, Nala is scared. No, she didn't. That's why I did it like that. Man, secure, like he over here trying to compare himself to like why are you dumpster diving? First of all, why are you dumpster diving for your kids' toys? That's number one. And why are you trying to go talk about my daughter's clothes and y'all know Nala stay fly? Ain't nothing like Nala had on socks. What the fuck is you talking about? Nala had on low cut sneakers, so she gonna have on ankle socks, bitch. But your son don't even have shoes. He wears Crocs, and you dumpster dive for his scooter. Fuck is you talking about? They had that scooter longer while she was pregnant with the girl they now got. I've been seen the scooter, and I'm pretty sure y'all can go if you watch my lives. You're gonna see. Go back a couple of lives because that she was talking shit, and that's how I know they be watching my live. I was like, I refuse. It was always the white, but she was never that bold until today. But I bet you she won't be bold anymore, and that nigga either. But anyway, um, it was always her constantly rolling her eyes at me. And I said, I went on live one day. Y'all didn't know who I was talking about. I didn't show no pictures. But if you play with me, I can. I can. I don't work for any agency. But anyway, I told them I was like, I don't want to have to deal with people that be dumped. I didn't see dumped and die. I was like that be in the garbage for my kids shit. Because that's weird to me. Because it is weird to me. Like I'm so unproblematic. It's crazy. But people just won't leave me alone. They mad about my life. Not that you don't even stay here all the time. But like I said, I think the only thing I can guess from this situation is that they see how naughty daddy be coming for her. You know what I'm saying? And they jealous about it. Because if you got a dumpster dive for a scooter and now daddy at one point in time was bringing in a TV every other month, she kept, but they didn't know she was breaking them shits. For all I know, they probably was dumping diving for them shit too. They probably mad because he finally put the TV on the wall, so she can't break it no more. I told him that because he said like, "Oh, why you let her break it? Why you keep putting it on the floor? Like I got enough to deal with. I'm not about to sit here and have more responsibility. The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, don't put that. Don't bring no fucking TV in. I don't give a fuck about that TV. You do." But to be honest, he knows she like big screen. But when I went out to see a big screen TV, I take her to the movies. But now she got one herself. But it is what it is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they really, like I'm telling you guys, they watch my live. Isn't that weird? But I don't give a fuck. They can knock on the door, but this live is a witness because I had the live going and I got my video cameras going. So it is. But yeah, the fact that some of these people like Jay Wilson and Brian Summer, and then you had computer back in the comments, like that bitch always want to show up. But at the end of the day, nobody give a fuck about you. You're one of those weird ass people that's pursuing me too, ho. And like I told all of them bitches, I don't give a fuck what you say online. Can you say that shit under the pendency of law? Because I'm always win. I haven't lost a case yet. You know, yes, it's a weirdo. And then Lodi Love, she just as weird. That jealous ass spirit on her. Weird ass bitch. But it is what it is. I was not trying to have this conversation on my life, but I was just so frustrated. I hope I'm not saying too much, but I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is in litigation, so whatever. Because I don't bother nobody, and I'm not gonna be humble. And like that's why I don't give a fuck about these niggas on online. Like I told them, they lucky. I got better things to do with my time. This trust and believe upleads pressure, and they know that. But that's why they always do this when I have Nyla with me. Every time Nyla go to school, I have absolutely no problems. None. Nobody ain't got shit to fucking say. Nothing. And the majority of the time, everybody that try to try me, when I see them bitches alone, they quiet. But the majority of the time when I catch them alone, I'm with Nyla. And I think that's nothing but God. But especially after today, if I see them alone, I cannot promise. Yeah, I can't promise if they say something to me, but they usually don't. So, whew, I feel in my heart and being that I have to protect Nyla before she get out of school. So if I see them before Nyla get out of school, I'm really traumatized because you guys don't understand. These guys, they don't try this unless I'm with my child, and that's some bitch ass shit. They're trying to traumatize my child, and the nerve of these faggots online trying to make it seem the other way. Once they figured out I was a little boy in a pink scooter, first of all, I'm pretty sure if they had money, they'd have bought him a blue one. Anyway, and like I said, it was nothing wrong with the goddamn scooter. And I threw the next time when not a dam or something, because I know they be dumpster diving. I'm gonna throw the parts out in different days. I'm a purposely dismantle that bitch and throw the part out once a week. So they got to say that shit up. I'm backing up. Child, please. If y'all see all Nala helmets and knee pads and arm pads, she got like 1,000,001. And I promise you, all of them went with a scooter. Her daddy doesn't have a problem with that shit. I'm gonna shut up because I'm just, oof. You guys have no idea how pissed I am. But I have to go through something to get to something because I'm not gonna say nobody advised me to, but I did this on purpose because I needed my lawyer. They already know, but I needed my lawyer to see how deep the hate is. Like she seen the very different conversation between Jay Wilson this morning versus now when he thought he could stick me. Just like the people that are scared of Roman, seeing how scared he was when he was when I called him talking shit, and I said, and that's why I know it's you, Roman. Let me tell you something, Roman. I'm gonna tell you again. I got brothers everywhere, included in this city. So if I'm not gonna let that fat sloppy bastard that got to go dumpster diving, because we're not gonna ignore that part. Put my daughter's toys. What makes you think you're gonna be sitting in the city with my brothers and I'm gonna let you talk crazy to me? Protect yourself and watch your mouth, bitch. And I'm gonna stand on that. Make all the troll pages you want. My brothers ain't gotta go nowhere because I got too many brothers right here, and they bonds are solid. No IMEI number could cross. Okay, uppity ain't business, y'all. And if I did go, the case is sealed, bitch. Girl, uh, exactly. Yeah, you do. Like I'm sick of it, and I was getting more enraged because like they were trying to lie when the video says differently. Like they literally try to act like he said, "Oh, he got kids." No, no, no. And I know it's somewhat them, but it's somewhat these people in the sector because Juicy was really trying to go along with that and talking about, "Oh, why would you talk about Brian Shu? Why would Brian come up there out of nowhere talking about he gave a sympathy vote after I told him I'm not in the mood to play with you today?" And he went in. He kept going in, and there was nothing out that. So when I want to respond back, because these people like to say that. See, this is what they like to. These are the games they like to play. We don't do protection. Fine, I know how to protect myself. The fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But when Uppity start protecting herself, all of a sudden I'm a bully. You see how that goes? You see how they try to flip that shit? And that's what I don't fucking like. And then you got video evidence. This nigga not denying nothing. First of all, you're a felon. You're a woman beater. And I only know he's a woman beater because they business be in the street. They don't know nothing about me. Period. They can't even tell you my name. They couldn't tell you Uppity or Melina. They don't know my name. Period. They don't. I don't speak to them. And you know what's crazy? Remember I told you it was the little girl that Nyla would not fuck with for nothing? That's the grandma you seen in the video. Mind you, this lady, that's one of the ones I did used to say hello to, and she got a little girl around Nyla age, and she was asking me, because I believe her daughter like maybe like autistic, I don't know for sure, whatever, but she was asking me, how did I get my daughter in school? But she doesn't speak a lot of English, right? So I told her, that's when I was at her old school. I said, "Oh, the lady that's a parent coordinator, she's Spanish. So I can ask her and have her give me some pamphlets in Spanish for you, and call the right people." But I explained to her like she probably cannot get it out of school. She probably has to be evaluated. But like I said, she doesn't speak much English, so she wasn't really understanding the process I was trying to explain to her. Right? But, yeah. But once they see me talking to her, all of a sudden they start helping that lady. They wicked like that over here. But anyway, that didn't stop her though. Cause me and her used to always talk. See, like I said, that's how I know that nigga's on his way out. Lennon Taylor did the same shit. So because I rarely talk to anybody, the people that they do, they go on them. So if these people are in need of anything, and I know that lady is hungry, because I think the guy in the wheelchair, I don't know if that's her son. I believe probably her son, one of her kids, or whatever. And then she got another daughter, which is the little girl belong to. You know? So she used to come to my house plenty of time, needing this and that, sugar and whatever. Like she's the one neighbor that needed. But she did try to offer me money, but it was like change, and she's like a grandma. So I'm like, don't worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, one thing I ain't gonna never lack is food or options. Because I like cooking and I like my options. So I would give her that. But today she was acting kind of funny, and I would always like, cause sometimes she sit down there with the guy in the wheelchair. So I would always, but see, I learned my lesson, cause I would always think like, cause it was something that happened last time, and I'm trying not to do that again, because even though I was saved by the grace of God, but I had to go through it. But I can't get into too many details. But let me tell you this. I felt like I reacted accordingly, and that's why they try to use that against me. So as when it comes to like these police and shit, you have to be more above reproach than you actually would know. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I was more than above reproach. and that shit still happened. Even though it didn't stick, it could have. So that alarmed me. So I'm trying to move better, but I'm not trying to, make nobody else do anything crazy too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do nothing crazy. I don't want nobody else doing nothing crazy. Cause I did go kind of ham the last time, but that's because I was aggravated because, like I said, I followed the protocol. But I'm just looking more into like the legal side. But like that's how I said, I was like when I said I'm gonna have him beat up, I meant like I'm gonna have him beat up in life. I didn't mean like I didn't mean physically. Put it like that. I didn't mean physically. I meant like in life. I feel like he needs to be beat up by life. I feel like these people that allowed it needs to be beat up by life. I feel like, yeah, because like y'all seen the video, and this is like, and like I said, if I can see, and I'm not wishing for this, because like I really my main wish is that people leave me the fuck alone. But it's like, why always attack me or try to attack me in front of my child? Like, why? And the only thing I want to do is move. It's weird. You guys don't understand how many people I got fired, all because they harassing me. I don't bother nobody, and I'm not even being like a victim, but it's the truth. I literally don't bother nobody. So fly, can you take this person up below you down? I don't know why I can't do it. Those dots ain't showing up for me. Uh, Roman, if you want to see my brother, say something sweet. They'll come give you a hug. Anyway, so like I said, yeah, because it only applies to you because you're the only one in a city. I don't know if you're aware of that. It, I'm just frustrated and I'm not in the motherfucking mood. Ugh, it's weird as hell. Hold on, let me see something. I don't know what I got going on today. But yeah, I just I don't want to hug nobody no more. Put it like that, because like I know, I know, I know. I'm just so that's what I meant by that, because like I don't know that guy, and he touched me. He did touch me. He did try to attack me. So yeah, I have to defend myself. If you're going to try to put your hands on me, I have to defend myself. And New York City is a one party consent state. People are more than welcome to film me as well. Yeah, they are, depending on their job position. I don't work, and neither do those weirdos. Those bums that dumped the dye from my daughter's scooter, they don't work. They can film me. But the problem is we are never around each other. He literally put himself in my space. He put himself in my space. I didn't bother him. He bothered me. You can see that on the video. There is no video that has been deleted at all. That's a lie. Anybody that's trying to spread that rumor. And like I said, this has been an ongoing issue, which I have video recordings about different people, which is weird. People that I don't associate with. See, it's one thing online when you got a bunch of weirdos, like the people that's trying to come in my chat. It's one thing when you got a bunch of weirdos online versus real life. You see how that guy was pointing, like he was so secure with the cameras. And once I said, okay, I'm gonna call this guy. You see how that fat nigga Victor Tucker came out the office? Why did it take him so long? And it was other workers there that got fired, and Victor Tucker claimed that he wasn't there. That's what he said. That was his excuse. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow to hear his next excuse. Because, like I said, this started with sexual harassment because Daniel Messina, whatever the fuck his name is, took it upon himself to get my number and tried to call me every day. Now the daddy don't call me every day. Ask me where I'm going, what I'm doing. That's weird. What the fuck is your business? As long as I pay my rent, it's none of your business or any other bills. The support money could come in was like, I guess if you're lacking in something, and that's never been me. So I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't have a case without these recordings. I know that. So I don't give a fuck what these niggas say online. I'm going to that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I don't understand, Supply. And that's why I went live. Like, are you how are we gonna try to flip this? Okay? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? And then when I either they want to be arguments, that's when they trying to say I erase videos. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. That's why I told him, like I told him, I don't give a fuck about you. And then Jay wasn't even went as far as to I heard Nyla screaming, if you did, and so fucking what? But the fact is she wasn't. You already know. If Nyla wanna be up, she can be fucking up, bitch. She can be fucking up. But let's not act like Nyla's up every night, bitch. If it's the weekend, yeah, she gonna be up anytime she wants to. It's a fucking weekend. Or if it's a holiday. That's the only time you hear on a weekday. I never hear Nyla during the weekdays. Never. I don't stay at home. I don't get a check to keep my daughter from socializing like K-Fit. That's not me. Okay? I know ways to do that, but I'd rather let my daughter get the full education that she can in New York City. You know? I'm not trying to move nowhere, to bend the law and get money off my kid's head. That's not me. But anyway, yeah, he tried to lie. I said, I don't give a fuck what you think. Say what you say. But you know you're going to have to provide a receipt with that, though. That's the problem. That's why these niggas be getting like fucked up. And they had the nerve to try to put that. Nah, I really like fucked up. The video is self explanatory. You're making shit up. There was nothing in that video to explain that. After he tried to attack me. Then he want to talk about kids. Did he care about his kid when he tried to attack me? I have the right to film anybody I fucking want to. Especially in New York City, it's a one party consent state. Only one person has to get permission. That's how it goes in New York City. So you would have seen that from the motherfucking video. If I was antagonizing him or recording him for no good reason, clearly I pulled my phone out for a reason, and it's on video. And Nala was in danger because I see that punk all the time. He ain't never got nothing to say. But after I making all these complaints about Victor Tucker, that fat ass nigga that came out at the end, and pulled them away because, like, as he said, damn, you ain't doing like, you know how many people they've been sending trying to attack me? Are you okay? They've been doing that, trying to get people to do their dirty work because they getting fired left and right. The police too. They been down with it. I don't. So far, can you take that person out? It's not a secret. I don't work. The fuck is wrong with you? I don't deal with niggas that make me work. Tell them why you mad. Fuck out of here. And that's another reason why they mad. Can you imagine being married and dumpster diving? There's nothing wrong with that. That's your lifestyle, I guess. But and I'm not trying to say nobody's better than nobody. But these are the people that's harassing me. And so I'm wrong to believe that it's not stemming from jealousy. It's wrong of me to believe that people that I don't know, have no interactions with. Because, like I said, and the only I really had no interaction with them. Like I said, the cross-sided wife that I pointed out in the video. I don't know if she was just crossing her eyes, which I know is an involuntary part on her behalf, or whatever. But it seemed like she was giving me nasty energy, and he was too. And I seen for myself they domestic violence situation. So the only thing I said, I think, to the guy, and he ain't had no smoke that day. He tried to get on the elevator with me one day after I seen his domestic violence situation with his wife. I think that was like a year ago. I was like, I told him I do not want him riding the elevator with me because I don't feel safe, you know? And he stood outside the elevator. But at that time, now the daddy was living with me, so maybe that was the difference. Yes. But anyway, that was our like only interaction. And and then and then today, I was out of nowhere. I don't know that nigga. Like I said, one thing I know is his domestic violence situation with his wife that I saw in the lobby. Prior to, I don't know him. I don't know. Yeah, of course I handle my business. Like they don't want to consider being a stay-at-home mom a job. That's their business. I don't care. But like, don't worry what the fuck I do. This is not the point of the conversation. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, I'm about to go to bed because I'm just tired and like I'm gonna have so many fucking complaints tomorrow because like I'm so pissed. Like, cause this is like traumatizing my daughter. My daughter was like, I ain't like I'm gonna respect her privacy, but she like, mommy, lock the door. Yeah, I had to send that to her attorney. And like I said, now I can't be coached. That's how she feels. She's like, lock the door. Because like I said, it keeps happening. And luckily for me, call me a Karen, whatever you want. I have all the videos because I do have to protect my daughter. And just like Jay Wilson was over there when he thought he had an opportunity to throw me under the bus. Oh, I don't know this and I don't know that. And and why are you doing this to Brian? Even though Brian, and then you got Brian coming on the link, then you got computer back in the chat. So, oh, don't worry about me. Focus on Brian. No, y'all sent Brian because Brian needs help with Walmart shoes. People got to go dumpster diving for Nada's throwaway toys that's not even really broke. So I know you feeling it. I got the like you want to have niggas. I don't deal with niggas like you deal with computer back. Let's be clear, because I know you in the clouds. I would never deal with a nigga that would have to use a useless ass bitch like you. I don't like that shit. So there is no karma for me. That's why I'm gonna always win. But people gonna try it. Like this is just a transparency moment that I shared, and I'm not ashamed of it. Shout, thank you for all the views. Appreciate that shit. It helps, and it's gonna help and legally because I handle things legally and I follow protocol. I'm the same way offline that I am on. I don't bother nobody, but if you bother me, I'm gonna be safe. Put it like that. Good night, you guys. Shove kisses. Mwah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to people that I like in the clouds. See y'all later.